How about now? Now you can.
I'll call the meeting to order at 6:32. Um, Anything to add or remove to the agenda?
I just wanted to add discussing the crate.
Oh, right.
If we're gonna
Yeah.
participate.
Yep, so we'll talk about that under fundraising. Thanks, Nancy. Being on top of that too.
We have the date for the next board meeting, the 9th or the 23rd, but it's not. It's the
Oh.
10th or the 24th.
Oh.
Yeah, I just realized.
It's not bad.
It's okay.
All right, did everybody get a chance to look at Trisha's minutes? Any changes, additions, edits?
I think she mentions meat for the rest of the, and we're not having meat.
Right, yeah, I think that's, I don't know if that's evolved
Just
since
proves that I
December
read.
or
I
not.
sent you numbers.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. I'll make a motion to accept Trisha's minutes, with those changes in place, omit meat from the community supper and Kevin's number changes.
Second.
Everyone in favor? I just made an assumption. I should have said is everyone. More people.
You're such a bully.
Treasurer's report?
I don't have anything in particular to report. Emily, do you have anything that jumps out at you right now? It seems like we're in line with where
We're in good shape.
things should be.
Yeah, we've already discussed the overage in technology because of getting the new computers. Do just our income line, our revenue lines are all looking really good. I think we're gonna come out way ahead on out of town fees this year. I think more and more people are getting out of town cards or renewing their lapsed out of town cards,
Right.
which is good. And yeah, everything else is looking pretty okay. I don't have anything specific to point out. We're about how much through the fiscal year are we?
Just
Gotta be
over.
close to
Yeah, a
50,
little over half. Yeah, because the halfway point of the fiscal year falls at the end of December. So yeah, so we're just a little over.
And this is current as of,
As of the 7th.
yeah, okay. Oh, I see. There,
Yeah.
printed there.
Yeah, I have to get these done early. A to send out to you guys on the Thursday prior, but also because I can't generate them anymore. So I have to have them done by town hall staff. Kim has been very gracious to do them whenever I call her if I've forgotten. So I'm trying to be earlier on it.
Can I ask a question about the video and audiobooks?
Sure.
Like, we've spent about 24%, but I also wonder, like, do people in town still have the hardware to run like
That-
CD books and
Those are
videos?
That line refers less and less to physical DVDs and audiobooks and more to Libby and Canopy content.
Got it.
Hey, Susan.
So that's not under digital content, the next one.
No, digital content, it's sort of like shifting, and we should, at some point, those are just going to merge, I think. But right now, we are still buying some physical audiobooks and DVDs, though less and less things are less and less available. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna get this book's really popular. We're gonna buy the audiobook for the people that take out physical audiobooks, and then it's just not available. Like it's like Audible only, like or like it's on Libby, like people can download it, but they can't buy the CDs. And the same is true for DVDs. It's almost a novelty of like, oh, cool, I can actually get this movie for everyone. But there are definitely people who are still taking out DVDs, and fewer people are taking out physical audiobooks. I feel like that's dwindling more than DVDs. I think because it has so much to do with car
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. You won't put them in the cars anymore.
My car's old enough that that's the only place you
Yeah.
can listen to a CD.
We got to plan some.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I bought my truck intentionally because
You can get the library patron package like at the dealership. Anything else about any other budget questions?
All right, Emily,
It's my turn.
it's your turn.
we had some staff transitions with Fiona leaving us and Heidi Reiser joining us. She's been great. She's been with us. She worked last Wednesday and Thursday, so she's still definitely in the training process, but she's doing really well and picking things up really quickly. So she's going to be doing those afternoon hours and possibly some weekends.
Does she have a short resume or something that you could?
She is presently an occupational therapy assistant in the schools, and she has worked in education a lot, but has not worked in a library before, but had expressed interest in part-time work too. Both Julia and Karen knew her outside library world, and we thought that she would be good because she's looking for this after school time slot, which is about like for this very odd, these two really odd shifts a week. In the past, Fiona had been doing 3 hours twice a week. Heidi's might be more like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Right now it's twice a week, but it might become 3 times a week to kind of cover that.
She lives in
6 hours.
town.
She actually lives in Brattleboro, but she's been part of the bigger school community for a long time.
There.
And community supper is coming. Puppets will be there as part of that. Don't worry, no extra planning is needed. Yeah, the Sandglass Theater will be there. They're promoting their Winter Sunshine series, and they've given us a pass to circulate for the Winter Sunshine shows, which are I think they're on Saturday morning, afternoons, or maybe both. And we are going to have one pass to circulate. That'll be good for 2 admissions to the shows. And those are through February. And that's something they do every year. Shortest Day Gathering was very sweet. Thank you guys. Also in that, I announced that we are now blocking off the entire parking lot anytime we're doing anything in the parking lot or in the seating area for safety.
Did something happen?
Something almost happened. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
It was in my incident report a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, but you might not have been here. Howie Peterson did a great presentation about one of his he does these long walks. He's in his late 70s and he lives at Putney Meadows, but he has been doing programs about all these different long walk trips he does. And it's great because everyone from Putney Meadows comes. And then all these people that neither me or Howie know at all come because they're just interested in the travel programs. Dan Knott, who wrote the book Hidden Systems, which is kind of a young adult explainer book that talks about like how sewers work and how the internet works. He's coming next Tuesday, which is why our meeting got displaced to this Tuesday. And I think that's going to be great. He's coming through the Humanities Council. So it's one of the 2 Humanities Council subsidized programs we get per year. So we pay $75 and they pay him the rest of his speaker's fee.
Is there a particular target audience? In other words, is this for kids or not for kids or?
It's for kids, but if you're asking about your granddaughters,
Well,
what
me too.
yeah, it's definitely adults can definitely enjoy it. And I think it's kind of like, I'm going to say it's like 10 and up. But definitely adults will enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to it.
I think this book's awesome, so I'm definitely gonna be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Our Unlocking the Air Ursula Le Guin reading was displaced by weather, and it's going to be next week. I'm looking for someone to host that, Ben, if you're planning on going anyway. Great. And Abigail Littledale, who is the person that belongs to our listening reading dog, Virgil. It's her art that's on the wall. A lot of you might know her because she's worked at different schools before in the area, but she does these printing of tree rings, and she's doing a reception next week on the 22nd.
Is little.
Damn it, I keep getting this wrong.
Yeah,
I'm so
thinking
sorry. Glenn, I know. No,
yeah.
this is like the 9th. It's because I had it wrong on last month and then I just left it.
What is it?
It's Littlefield. Yeah. I doubt it. I don't think so. I know. Virgil was here today and you are welcome anytime at Read to a Dog. It's not just for kids.
I didn't want to throw a kid like.
I don't expect that.
This is my read aloud, please.
You throwing a kid, Penny.
I can't, but who knows? No, adults are definitely welcome and have read to Virgil in the past. It is cool if you defer to children, especially if they have a reservation or a sign up. But we have actually not been doing sign ups, and adults have been enjoying reading to Virgil his whole tenure here. Tony Ortner is doing the writer's salon by Zoom on Thursday, the 29th. That is really tricky. I would really love to attend the Our Future Putney like report out meeting that's happening at the same time. I might start the Zoom meeting on my phone and then just let it run while I'm at there, unless there's anybody else that feels like they can officiate a Zoom meeting, which really just means starting the meeting and letting people in. But I might shake down the board by email after this meeting, just putting that out there. But if also, I wonder if anybody else is going to the Our Future Putney wrap up
Yeah,
meeting.
I'm gonna be a little late.
Okay.
I'm planning on it. And thank you.
Okay.
I was supposed to remind people tonight that that's happening.
What time is it?
It's supposed to be on the
6,
train.
I think. We have flyers for it.
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah, it's on the board.
right. I think that's at 6. Tony's reading starts at 7. I don't know. I will figure it out one way or the other. Because I feel like the library really responded to a lot of the input from those sessions, even if it wasn't from being part of the bigger groups for a long period of time. I feel like a lot of that input really guided our design for outdoor space use, and I just want to bring that to everyone's attention.
Right.
Speaking of which, I was curious because somebody from there reached out to me today asking if I had like collated like all the response and outreach the library did and
What do you
before the
mean?
strategic plan. This was like ahead of
Oh.
VCRD. And I was like, oh, I don't think we ever did do that with all those postcards.
I thought that
I directed them to our strategic plan, which is
Didn't
on my
I-
website.
I thought I typed them all up.
Did you?
Let me,
Okay.
I'll investigate. This
Yeah.
was many COVID years ago.
So VCRD is the Vermont Council for Rural Development, and they choose one town a year or 2 towns.
Oh, no, more than one.
It's more than one, I think.
Like,
it's
yeah,
3 or
3 or
4.
4, yeah.
They come in and they support a process for community members to set priorities and goals over the course of like 3 meetings, I think.
Thought we had a
So they
document
facilitate
of
this
just like
process and then they have
everything.
to-
I thought
I mean,
it was under the, but
It's
Don't take-
something you remember.
there were a lot of torturous things that did that.
Forms like that were driven by like the priorities that rose to the top according to the community. And so this is like, this was in 2021 or 2022. It might have been 2022. And so they're coming back, like to sort of present on what these like different task force stuff he's doing and how whether goals have been achieved or if it's still in process.
And where is it?
It's at PCS at the school. And I think they're gonna have a meal
Yeah, dinner is generally provided.
and childcare.
I'm gonna grab one of the flyers.
Did the community separate from that one? Is that one of them?
No.
No, that was already,
That-
it got revitalized from.
There were 3 different task forces. The first one was about revitalizing downtown Putney. The second one was about affordable housing. And the third one basically
Center.
was the center that used to be the Putney Inn. Is now like that was what they did. I forget what they called it, but like
That's what Katie did, yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I was on that task force.
Yes, you have more information than I do, I'm sure.
They're providing rides and childcare by arrangement, and there's also interpretation services and accommodations also by arrangement, and there's food. And it's 6 to 8 on January 29th, 2026, which is a Thursday. Anyway, that was a side quest of my director's report. We're distributing tiny art show canvases. If any of you don't have one and want one, there are still some. We're going to be collaborating with a group called Beyond Plastics on a community read for February and March. And Evie Lovett is my point person for organizing with that group. And we're collaborating with the Conservation Commission and other Vermont organizations to add to our Earth. It used to be Earth Day. Now it's Earth. There's more programs. So now it's going to be Earth Week celebration of Putney's beavers. Everybody's really into them. We got a grant. We keep calling it the Beaver Grant. We got a grant from the Children's Literacy Foundation, which I reported on during our very short meeting last time, for $1,000, and it's paying for Beak to come, and they're bringing their like flood table and a gigantic model of a prehistoric beaver to scale. The way I picture it, it's just like an old Volkswagen Beetle, but it's like dressed like a beaver. I don't know how accurate that is. Patty Smith is going to be speaking. There's no guarantee whether a beaver, alive present day beaver, will be there or not, but we can always hope. So we're doing that it's a vacation week activity at 4 p.m. on Earth Day, which is April 20 something.
April 22nd is Earth Day itself.
Okay, yeah, that's when we're doing it. So it's our Earth Day Beaver celebration. But then the week following, we're having a speaker who wrote a book called Bringing Up Beaver, who's another Vermonter that does conservation work and rehab work in the same way Patty does. And completely unrelated, well, not unrelated to that, unrelated to our original beaver plans, there was a group giving out books for different age groups about beavers in Vermont, and we got that grant of books as well. But we're using the rest of the grant money to purchase copies of a kids book about beavers so that every family that comes to the kids program gets one. Yeah, and we're also working with the Conservation Commission. We're hoping they're going to do a guided tour of Sand Hill Road and being able to point out beaver habitat. It's going to be great. We have a new handy person, and with their help, who was able to get the panels off the ADA compliant door openers. The screws had been all stripped out. I've never been able to readjust it since it was installed, but now I have, and it opens. The timing is just better.
Okay.
Yes, thank God. It was a long, irritating process. Anyway, I wanted to report on that. I guess I wrote this right after I had finally finished that. We exceeded our fundraising goal, and that number is no longer true. Now the number is 40. We need a what? I know. Yeah, like in Penn Station. $40,345, which is updated even from when my newsletter went out with that exploding thermometer.
It just went out like an hour or two.
We got a donation while I was working on the newsletter, and I said there was no way I was redoing the graphics. But you guys can know.
So last year, previous years, was there any significant amount of money that came in?
Afterwards, the thing about previous year's data is that we only had one tracking line. So things like the book sale and tote bags and other board fundraisers would all go in the fundraising line. So it's tricky to tease out, but people do give at other weird times. But of course, the bulk of it is before, December 31st.
But it goes, we count it up on the fiscal year, right? So
We do. So it's
kind
going to
of
go
it
through
has to
June.
come down and then
Right.
it's gonna be higher than that.
It is, yes. The appeal will probably not be much higher, but your overall fundraising total will be. In the past, it's been really hard to tease apart because of things like the book sale, and like during the birthday party, people adopted books, and it's just like hard to take that apart because it was all going into one like tracking line in revenues. But I worked with Kim, and we teased it apart so that we can track it better. But this is definitely the biggest appeal that we've had since I've been here, and I think since before. And part of that is the additional $10,000 from Mike McKenzie. But then I'll give you guys a full detailed breakdown of the donations, but we had something like 22 or 23 new donors, a whole bunch of recaptured donors, but a third, which is the biggest chunk of the money, comes from people that have donated year over year. So continuing donors. Originally, I thought so, but I ran a report right before this and I was like, wow, I think people are giving more, but people are giving about the same, but there's a bunch of new donors, which is really nice. A bunch of new donors by PayPal, I think just because like of leaning on doing more social media and
Nice.
more in the newsletter. Yeah.
You know, I'm hearing, I mean, we've met our annual appeal, the earliest we've ever made
That's
it.
great.
And a couple other nonprofits, I know Next Stage has, and
The food shelf as well.
yeah, so I hope this means something, or it could just be because of the federal laws are changing. So I want it to mean more.
Right. It's hard to predict, but
But yeah, a lot of places are doing really well.
it's
right
true.
now.
Yeah, the food shelves ended through no fault of the food shelves, because of a printing issue. The food shelves went out really late and still met their goal, but they also had all of this. There was a lot of people donated during the SNAP
Yeah.
upset, but we were, I'm on the board, worried that it wasn't gonna shake out, but they did meet their goal of 50,000, which is good.
Nice,
Yeah,
Nice.
for them.
I
And
think even without the extra 10,000 from Mike McKenzie, we're still like about 5,000 above what we
Yeah.
would have been
5 or 6
previous
thousand.
years. Like we're usually around 25, right?
We usually are like aiming for 25 and like because we've committed about that much at this point more to next year's um operating budget. So usually we're kind of sweating if we're not hitting 25, but I would say like we don't always make it by this point. So yeah, we're about $5,000 or $6,000 ahead even without the $10,000
Wonderful.
addition. It is good. So hopefully we can leverage that to continue being in touch with donors through the year, inviting them to the pre-book sale party and all of
Yeah.
those things that will.
And I think it took like printing some photos and having like lots of rack cards to set on the tables
Oh, at
on Friday.
Sure.
Like just all those little instances where we can remind people, what we're doing and that they can support us. And that's happening.
They probably want their stuffed animals to come sleep over in early February. Another
Charging them.
Make it like an Airbnb.
like stuffed animal boarding.
Maybe I should do that, huh?
I think we
Oh, yeah, they
also,
would love
this
to.
year, we're not only ahead of the game, like we really didn't spend a lot. Like
Yeah.
we just we took the basic concept that we were already working with and we revamped it a little bit. And Chrissy invoiced us, we paid her $380.
Mhm.
You did a good- Yeah.
And you just said the postage came
The
out in
post-
this fiscal year.
It did, but then, all right, the postage is divided. We're gonna say the postage is gonna turn out to be around $300. I bought you guys Goodnight Moon stamps when they premiered, but that was in last fiscal year. But then we spent another 140-ish for thank you note and additional sending things out, and we're not totally done with that. So I think the postage is gonna come out to be about 300, and the printing, of course, is free because we get the CNS grocer printing grant, which is great, and that's usually a giant expense if we pay for it.
I know, we do.
Yeah, I bet. Anyway, and then your library fact for trustees is most circulated books of 2025.
Were these physical?
They are. These are physical actual books.
Right, seeing there's only 2 nonfiction.
I know, I did the
Yeah.
same when I went over it.
In the-
One of them is the last one.
There's the service.
That's-
Service berry.
It's not,
And Memorial Days, that's not.
no, I think it's just one, isn't it?
Wait, the service
Well,
berry
this
is,
It's not
That's-
really fiction, it's like
Yeah, that's.
creative essay writing.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
fiction.
Isn't
Oh,
Memorial
yeah.
Days about her husband?
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's memoir.
Yeah, but
It's 2.
And this year there's also only one children's book, which is Oakley the Squirrel by Nancy Rose. This is the woman that takes pictures of wild squirrels and little tableaus that she builds in her yard. That are beloved by all.
They're really.
Yeah, they're really good. It's not just for kids, not just for kids. We have a calendar of hers like over there. That's like the library calendar. I,
Are they real?
they're real squirrels and they're wild and they come to her yard and she like makes little like first day of school tableau and waits till the squirrel like reaches up into the locker to grab the peanut and then like photographs them and their photos are amazing.
Like, great idea.
It's really good. It makes you wish you'd thought of it and that was I wish that was my job. And that's all. Yeah, that is it for my report. Mhm.
All right. Anything else to report from finance?
No, we don't have this month's yet because we're a week early.
We are, and also sometimes it comes by now. It's got quite the range. I looked at when I usually send it to you.
Institutional long-range planning?
And I know I saw your
Okay.
email.
But I thought you had left and come back by now, but just I would never have emailed it before you. if I'd known.
Leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
and coming back on Saturday.
Do you want me to resend next week?
Would you?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna.
No, I know
totally
how it is.
forget.
No, I know. Yes. On institutional long range planning, Susan and I are planning on doing the risk assessment interview that she's been trained to do, that you did for Landmark. And I am eager to do that because it's going to help us point out any areas we might have missed that I want to address with capital improvements with the HUD grant application.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
When you send me the email, just suggest sometimes. That's
Okay,
best for me.
Sure, I will do so.
And you could, do you want to join us? I think last time we talked about doing it, you were going away and we still haven't done it yet. And you're back.
I'm back.
So, yeah.
All right, I will also invite Penny.
Yeah. You go.
We'll talk about it at our smaller meeting.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So we are very close to having a slate of trustees to put forward at
Yay.
town meeting. It sounds like we definitely have Mike Heim
Yep.
on board who works at the Putney School.
Oh,
and
nice.
Kevin has done a great job of recruiting.
And Emily and
And
Julia
Emily
too,
and
both
Julia.
talked to them.
We did the hard sell. No, I just answered a lot of questions about what the board does, which is not the hard sell.
And Lydia Matheson,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk to her on
is,
Saturday.
of strong maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yes.
she chooses to join us. I think she'd be great.
So pending Lydia's response, we'll invite both of them to join us next month at the board meeting so they can introduce themselves and sense of who we are. And then if everybody's in agreement, they'll be up for vote at town meeting. And I think aside from them, it's
Well,
I think it's me
yeah,
and Trish.
Okay.
Trish for her second term and me for my third term.
okay,
So
that is coming up.
And is Mike a financial person? Because I know Kevin's.
Mike is a finance, he teaches our investment and finance class, actually. He's a perfect
Yay. How do you spell his last name?
Keim.
got it.
I would hire him if I had a business. I would, without question, would hire him. So he's great.
Meeting in
And trustees can serve 3 terms, is that right?
9 years, yeah. All right, Emily's looking away at our self-evaluation.
I really am now. It's true.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm finding a ton of time for it, but yes, I am. Now that annual appeal season is drawing to a close, there'll definitely be more.
Policy and bylaws.
That's in.
I don't have my,
No, do we have it? I don't have it.
I have it. Hold on, let me get it.
Talk about you and Kevin.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
And I think I said no way.
Oh.
Seems like it's new wood.
Like that. Maybe it was.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
But he's out of here.
Is it just Kevin?
No, Kevin, Nancy, that's it.
Oh.
You're not on it? No.
Well, I did some stuff related to the personnel policy last year.
I'll make a note that you think you're on it and that we can get.
We did that with Ben.
I know, we've been recruiting Ben for things that way too. Of policy and bylaws.
It's on finance committee, you didn't realize that.
Being typecast. All right.
Buildings and grounds, I think we still are not sure when the heat pumps are coming, but they are coming.
Well, now they're saying February, and I know it's gonna be the week that I'm gone. Which I'm gonna actually try to have not happen.
Mhm.
I really prefer to be here when they're
Mhm.
drilling anything into the foundation.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just, I might, huh? It's so, it was December and it's supposed to be January. Now it's gonna be February, and I'm just gonna try. I think I'm actually gonna proactively say you cannot do it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
That was a good idea. All right, we already got the appeal report, and then, yeah, Nancy noticed in a recent, newsletter from Scott Farm that applications for
Mhm.
Crave Night are due very soon, so if it's
Yes, they
something
are.
that we think we want to proceed forward with, we need to submit the application, to see if they'll consider us. My question is, I think it opens a bigger can of worms that we started to approach at the retreat last year. Like, how much money do we feel like we need to raise? Like, what are we raising that money for? Which is another, yeah, I feel there's a lot of stuff I think we need to talk about at the retreat, but with Crepe Night, I think we talked about what the average. Maybe
with
you
Crepe-
reported on BWS?
Well, I can talk to you about Great
Yeah.
Nights.
Yes.
So it's basically you're helping publicize it and you're volunteering and you can probably bring in anywhere from 750 to 1,200.
Okay.
So basically, you know, because we provide the food, so it's basically anything above and beyond. But it's really good outreach.
Uh-huh. And it's May to August?
Mhm.
Okay.
Wednesday nights.
Every Wednesday?
No, every
Okay.
other
It
Wednesday.
always falls on a midnight.
No.
I was not able to go last year.
Midnights are not regular. Okay. We'll have to
Um,
stutter step.
Yeah.
So it's every other Wednesday and we'll be sometime late. We'll be making, so I'll have to not vote on you guys.
So that's 8 total organizations that get chosen? And how many people apply?
Last year we had 14.
Okay.
But there was one that had applied again, you know, and then there was, so we what we look at, I mean, and last year Dummerston Library, that's why I also brought it up as potential. But you know, it's up to you, but it is a lot of fun, but it is some work, you know,
Mhm.
you have to be there the day of in the afternoon doing prep, helping with prep, and then helping with some of the, like, make the sweet crepes.
Mhm.
Not making the crepes, but rolling the crepes.
Yeah. And how many people do people usually bring? How many people, like volunteers do organizations usually bring?
6 to 8.
Okay.
It sounds, I feel like it's sort of like the community supper, but on the other side of the year. And there's a fundraising possibility, but I don't think we should be like, yeah, we're gonna really rake it in at Crepe Night. I think it's more of
Right.
like
It's
like outreach. and
It's more
community
of
service.
like, an outreach and being there in the community. I mean, Dummerston is so close to Putney.
Yeah, we have a ton of Dummerston patrons.
Mm.
And I
It's a
guess
lot
my
of
other
fun,
question
too.
is,
It sounds like it.
do organizations get assigned a Wednesday or is there some choice?
There is some choice.
Okay.
So if you get selected, Simone will get in touch with you and find out if there's certain Wednesdays you want,
Mhm. Okay.
but
Yeah.
not in at night.
I'm just thinking not May.
It was either a wedding.
Oh, yeah,
or-
May is a
Yeah.
fun kicker for the library board.
The book sale and
Oh, right.
the quick
Yeah.
game, like so much.
Yeah.
that month. Yeah, I mean, what do other people think about?
What'd you say is May through?
Sep- To is it May through August or May through September? I can't remember
I
what
don't
we.
think so.
Something.
Yeah,
Listen from-
yeah, May.
I think it is.
Yeah,
August.
August, May through,
Yeah.
yeah, we basically stopped him from ever doing anything in September or October.
Impinging on Apple things.
Yeah, it's just such a busy time. for
Yeah.
us.
Well, we could certainly apply.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
a
that's
very
true.
easy application. It's like you can do it in 10 minutes.
But if
Okay.
everybody, we don't have to do that. I don't want to like create false momentum. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're doing that. I think it sounds good, but I'm only one person.
It sounds like a pretty low bar, like if we can get
Right.
enough people to show up, and I feel like with the community supper, we can reach out. Friends of the libraries, you know, that might like to come and help out too.
It also sounds easier than the community supper in that we don't
It-
need to secure the ingredients. We don't need to figure out a
No,
recipe.
it
Like,
was- we do-
Calls from Elaine.
yeah.
No, it's
Mhm.
actually, it's really showing up and volunteering and helping spread the word.
Yeah,
It's a very low bar.
so I'm hearing that maybe I should send in the application and then we'll hear back.
I'm trying to remember when we met last year, but you're probably sometime in this spring. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
They were
Simone's
gonna
over in
decide
France
in
right
early
now.
February. Maybe they just said you had to have the application in, but I thought they were gonna decide in early February.
Not that I know of, and I'm part of the team that decided.
Then you had to have it in.
I think you do, yeah. I mean, we will get together soon.
Will we have, if we were to be accepted, do we have a little bit of time after that to like say, okay, these are the dates we want?
I'm
Or
sure.
should we, okay.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you, I mean,
Okay.
and just, kind of getting everyone together with Simone living in Brittany right now.
Mhm.
It's gonna take a while.
All right. Cool.
Gotta send the telegraph via steamer.
Yeah.
Zoom.
There might be some stuff you need for the application. I will try to take a look at it tomorrow morning and just,
Okay.
It's really basic.
okay. But it might be like the tax ID number is
Yeah.
really the specific thing that
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking.
can't
Okay.
remember. I helped him make the application because initially it was just people calling him up. It's like, no.
And schmoozing. All right.
Okay. Emily has sent a doodle to the strategic planning committee. So if you're on that committee and you haven't seen the doodle yet, please take a look.
Check your email. I sent it today. I was trying not to crush anyone under the weight of library obligations with the community supper looming.
But yeah, we'll discuss the strategic plan. There are different dates on different copies of the strategic plan, but we determined that it probably goes through 2026. And so we're almost at the point where we're gonna be entering this process again of seeing what we want to prioritize in that.
Why don't we start that meeting with a Google folder clean out where we just label all of the things systematically and get so that we always know what the most recent strategic plan copy is.
An excellent idea. Yeah, I'm
Remind-
taking an
remind me of
interest in,
that, like,
yeah.
when we meet.
And then the other big thing to talk about is if we want to do a retreat in April and what the focus of that retreat should be.
Oh, I also want to offer one of our houses for the retreat.
Okay.
Because if it's in April, it's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had done it in April 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 3 years ago? Okay.
Let the retreat
Okay.
February? Oh, was it
Last
right?
year
Was
we
it
did
before
May,
you
and
all
I
had-
think we can all agree
Yeah.
that May is like
No,
a
bad.
little bit too full with everything
Yes.
else that happened. So that felt like a lot.
I blame me. I had some kind of thing that displaced it till May, but we had some things in April also, like library dates. But yeah, I think April.
April could work. Though
Yeah.
we do have, so the town library relationship, the select board is hoping to meet with us in April. Also to discuss the MOU.
Is it during our board meeting? This one, or is
We
that
think
virtual?
we have a separate meeting.
It makes the most sense, like not a select board meeting, not a library board
Right.
meeting, but a meeting just about that, where
And is
Yeah.
that something that all the boards should be at, or just certain people?
it's a good question.
You don't have to.
I would say not all.
What prompted
Yeah.
the request?
That request has been lingering because of,
History.
what's that?
There's a lot of history.
There is a lot of history. We have two different personnel policies that mostly agree, but in some places don't. We also have an MOU for responsibility for the building and building improvements that has been great. It's been really helpful. And I think the thought was to put more things in black and white and kind of expand that understanding to include things like the personnel policy. And but I mean that the personnel policy is the one that comes up the most. So I think expanding the MOU or creating an MOU around personnel policies is kind of the intent for that. And it also, I think we just talked about it because I was at the meeting, at the select board meeting where we talked about the redoing the drainage outside. And I don't think it was so much in question who was responsible for that as it was like, we have an MOU about building responsibility, and Karen took that opportunity to talk about wanting to get more of an understanding between the two boards about what it covered and what it could cover, and then start working on that.
So there's not a grievance or a request that's going along with this other than greater clarity?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say so.
Does anybody know what's happening with who's running for select board?
It's an excellent question. I don't know.
I think applications are not yet due even, so we know.
People might have sense. Because it's 2 out of the 5.
Who's stepping down?
Fletcher Proctor and I'll think of it in about 10 minutes.
Okay, great.
You're setting the board out of me.
That's what it'll be. No, I don't know. I know that petitions for like articles were due on this past Friday. Or are due this Thursday. Either way, it's before the community supper because people were thinking about using the community supper to gather last minute signatures, at least for the articles, and it's not possible because they're due before that.
These are
Hanging out at the co-op.
Huh?
You've been hanging
I
out
know,
at the
I know.
co-op.
Well, they're not allowed to collect signatures here.
they are these are articles for town meeting.
Yeah. So Ben, I hope that answered your question about the MOU, but I know that we talked about the retreat potentially also covering, like that we might have a discussion before the meeting with the select board.
Mhm. That would be good.
So the reason we kind of slid into talking about the retreat is that we were going to have the strategic plan meeting, and we might also talk about the retreat at the strategic plan meeting.
Yeah.
But I think we wanted some clarity about whether the rest of the board wanted a retreat.
Yeah. I mean, do people feel like it's been a helpful opportunity to dive a little bit deeper than we're able to at a board meeting into some of these bigger things? One year we tackled the strategic plan. Last year we talked about fundraising and goals. I can't remember what we did the first year.
Those are the only two that I've been a part of. And I
Yeah.
think that the strategic plan one in particular was really helpful because that was a big project that needed a bunch of time.
Mhm.
The second one about the capital campaign, the product of that was like a vision, but I don't know. I was actually wondering as I was looking at our agendas, like I don't know where that fits on the agenda now, or like if any of us have like taken responsibility for leadership on that. And so that one created something that could be useful, but I don't know that we've actualized.
Yeah.
So I think that a retreat can be great if we create the context around it for it to be useful in the long term, but it can also not particularly go somewhere if we don't. So
Yeah.
that's not really for or against a
Yeah,
retreat,
no.
That
just
makes
an
sense.
observation about how useful it has been.
And maybe it's an opportunity to do, I mean, I think things have come up around the capital campaign, like is the information about
Town hall?
town hall public?
I think so.
Yes, I know it.
Town hall,
I know
like,
about it.
gonna start a capital campaign, which is gonna include a public meeting room.
Yeah.
So that gets a little sticky.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean we can't proceed forward. Like it might mean that it looks a lot different the way we
Mhm.
decide
yeah.
to move something like this forward. Because I think the kind of room we're talking about serves very specific library purposes that the librarians are really eager to be able to move forward.
Right.
In addition to it being like a community space for meetings and stuff like that.
But the thing is that the budget estimate for the town hall stuff came in really high, so they might be scaling back a little bit what they're doing.
How,
I don't remember, Lisa. Ask your neighbor.
I think it's like $2 to $3 million because it's not just putting a meeting room.
It's
like
more than that.
it's like a major rehab of a
It's like
historic
up
building.
there.
Well, it's
Yeah.
handicapped accessibility.
Yeah.
and- Yeah, so
Mhm.
they're looking at it, but there will be an upstairs. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the important part. Is that what they're talking about for the meeting room?
That's not where they're talking about the meeting room. They were talking about the meeting room actually being downstairs, or Karen showed me plans of it, and that the meeting room will be downstairs to the immediate left, like kind of where Karen's office
Mhm.
is now and going forward. So I think they're trying to have that be the meeting room, but then she talked about the upstairs being overflow for meetings, because I think the meeting room they're talking about is like a 20+ person meeting room, 20 to 30 people, something like that. But that they do want to make it so that that can be used without giving access to the rest of the building and things like that. So it's similar to what we talked about back there.
How about this for a proposal? Let's not plan to have a retreat unless we have identified a clear need for one, right? If we have some issue, like maybe if we want to revisit the capital campaign, like let's let the need precede the appointment rather than like, oh, I have to show up. You know, we've got to come up with something to do at the retreat, which seems kind of like putting the cart before the
Well,
horse.
I do have a question, not that I'm looking for to be busy on a Saturday at a retreat, but you said the strategic plan comes up 2026. Wouldn't that really be something that should be looked at where we are and how, work on it as a group, as a retreat thing to take care of it? I mean, I don't know if you wanted, I don't know the plan for the strategic plan. Is it going to be a big revision like it was last time, or just kind of an update?
We've been doing the updates kind of annually, and the check-ins, well, at least at the staff level, the check-ins have been way more frequent, like I'm not going to say quarterly, but a few times a year. I think it is doing like a big update or rewriting the plan, coming up with new goals, and maybe the capital campaign is part of that.
Well, because most of the goals set forth in the original writing of the strategic plan have either been met or the landscape has changed. So
Right. We'll talk more about this at our doodled meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that seems to me that might be, but it might be too soon to get together about the
Yeah.
strategic plan.
can we kick this down the road and have the strategic plan committee bring to the board a recommendation for a retreat or not, based on the work that they do once we fill out that doodle poll?
That makes sense. Yes, I think that is the right order of operation. Thanks, Ben. Doodle. Meeting. Then retreat decision. Okay, that makes more sense than trying to figure out how everyone feels about a retreat. Okay.
The garden, I'm assuming, is dormant and
To my knowledge, yes.
the critters still digging up bulbs and.
Oh,
No,
wow.
people reported that was initially an issue, but then somebody thought that there were a bunch of critters that had dug up bulbs, but actually it's that the snowplow scraped something
Ah.
that it wasn't exactly bulbs. It's whatever the ground cover is in the little island garden
Yeah.
between the two walkways, and it had scraped some of those out of the ground, and people were like, animals are digging up the bulbs and making really tight little piles of them, but it's not the case. It's not the case.
Squirrels.
Yeah, it was the calendar squirrels that kind of have become
And you're
habituated.
driving a little.
That would be adorable.
There you go.
No, I don't think that the other bulbs have been being dug up consistently. The hysteria has okay. Yeah.
Anything from Fair Compensation Committee?
We have not met, but that makes me wonder, do we have further responsibilities or have the things that we've already set in motion begun to move?
The Fair Compensation Committee met and made their proposal to the full board, which was adopted and then became part of the full budget that you all approved and was presented to the select board. And now we wait until town meeting and when the budget is either adopted or not. Probably adopted based on the past. So no, I think you guys are in good shape.
Right, show up to town meeting.
Yes, please.
All right, special events, we're serving a supper on Friday, guys. I chatted a little bit with Eleni earlier today. Emily is gonna pick up the ingredients from her tomorrow or Thursday. We have plenty of people showing up Thursday to cook the chili. Penny and I are currently the only people signed up to show up early on Friday to like warm up the chili and prepare the bowls of stuff, which is maybe okay. Like,
is that at 5 o'clock?
it's like they start setting up like the space, like 4:30ish. So
let me see if I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm bringing stuff that I want to incorporate.
Okay.
I'm
great.
planning to arrive at 5. Is that?
Yeah, that's
Did you
yeah.
say
They start.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is it 3 or 3:30?
Like 4 or 4.
Four.
Yeah,
Mhm.
4. 4 is when I'm planning to get there.
4.
Yeah, I'll be down there by 4:45, something like that.
Okay.
I'm like 4 to 4:30.
Since the last time I looked at it, had anyone else signed up for dishes? Because last I looked, there was only 2 of us. Perhaps that's.
Oh yes, that's the other one that's a little late, like cleanup duty. And the community supper crew does help with that
They do,
too.
Yep.
And I can probably stay late as well. Like I don't have anywhere that I need to be. So I haven't put my name on the list for that, but if you're drowning in dishes, I'm not gonna.
I love doing dishes, so like but I just, it might take till 11 o'clock,
I mean, it is an ongoing process. Usually there's a crew in the back working through the
Yeah.
dishes
Yeah. As
they're coming in. So it's not like you have 150 plates all at once.
Yep.
I can also hang to clean up.
And otherwise, I feel like everything looks really good. Ben is gonna do a little bit of public speaking for us.
May I ask what things the board would like to highlight in my 3 minutes of fame? Probably not even. I should keep it less than that, like 1.5.
Thanks for your support with the fundraiser.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gratitude.
Still open.
Oh yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Any time is a great time to donate to the library. If perhaps you noticed I said that in the newsletter.
There's a QR code on the rack card on your
Yes.
table.
Yeah.
If I do say something about that, it would be cool to say, like, the money from that ends up doing these very concrete things.
Yeah.
So your gift
Yeah.
made this happen. What should I say?
So what
Well,
if
Emily
we
has
just
a
like
list in
do
his
the photos toggle to that? Like,
Okay.
are you able to get these? Like, can we put our heads together before
Yeah.
Friday and print some photos for the tables?
Yeah.
And they could be of programming that is directly supported.
like someone using the door opener, sitting
Sitting in a chair.
in a reupholstered chair. Or like parks and museum passes. That's a great one.
I
Very,
just used one.
yes, very easy to love. If you have a picture of your family
I have
at
so
Mass
many pictures
Mocha.
of Emma at Mass Mocha.
Um, it's also like all programs and crafts and things. I have a really good picture of
Kids.
yeah, of Ruth and Matthew Bachler wearing the glasses craft.
Do we have any good pictures of the Fred Homer event?
Yes. We didn't pay anything for
Yeah, the picture-
Well, we could use some pictures of like
it,
events
but it
too,
supports
right?
like, I mean, you guys pay me to staff the
The
Fred Homer.
lights.
Yeah. And the lights and the heat are on.
Yeah, I think it's worth just listing out really fast a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Like the micro
Micro
machine.
machine. End of the ads on the radio.
Yeah, right.
Really fast.
That's right. I'll just get my, I'll record it and then I'll play it back at 1.5 speed.
There you go.
But seriously, I think listing a whole bunch of things.
Right.
And here's some things that are coming up.
Yeah. And it's great because next week is packed.
It could even be fun to be like, how many of you have watched a film on Canopy in the last month? Like, you know, how many of you have
I
read the
can,
newspaper?
I can wax poetic about the library for a while. I'm just wondering if there are things that the fundraiser particularly funds
Definitely.
because it's distinct from, say, people's tax dollars
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
grants.
Did you write that in the newsletter?
Yeah, it was.
You
in the
should
did.
newsletter
put it in
today.
today.
There's a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and that's just things that I thought of while I was writing that. But the all summer reading program events,
Mhm,
all of them, well, we get a grant for the kickoff one,
mhm.
but we'll talk. Ben, do you want me to send you an exhaustive list and then you can whittle
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
list of fundraise things? But you guys also kind of contribute in this more slushy way to the general operating budget with, yeah, not a slush fund, but it's fun.
And she, really has this one?
No, she definitely doesn't. But it's more like, there's also just like, you guys contribute 20 plus thousand that's just like for the operating budget, but then you also contribute all the money for the program line and all the money for parks and museum passes. And I can give you a list of what that is. You also give us $2,000 a year extra for kids' books and adult books, which is awesome. And fund special programs. You're presently paying for the twice monthly music and movement program on Saturday mornings, which is wildly popular among the 0 to 5 crowd and their parents, and maybe also the parent caregiver that's at home getting to take a break while the other parents bring in the 0 to 5.
What you
Yeah.
wrote in here is perfect.
I haven't read the newsletter yet, so it sounds like that's just what I have to do.
Yeah.
All right. See the newsletter.
And also all the garden stuff that you guys did,
Like
including
really
this
visible
the stone seating area.
And that's in here too.
Yeah, it does say that. Not the lights. That was a grant.
Okay.
Your donation goes to make the library an inviting, inclusive, accessible, fun, informative community space. There you go.
You
Awesome.
reupholster the top?
No,
Oh, it looks very clean. You said reupholster.
it's actually, no, these items that you can see, these are the things that weren't reupholstered. It's the aqua chairs and the window seat in the kids' room were all reupholstered by the board. Not directly, but you guys paid for it.
Yeah.
Right, so let's think.
Choo choo. But you've also funded lots of other special projects and events that I can look at my director's reports and minutes for more info.
Well, like I said, I should probably keep it to under 2 minutes, but it'll be great to have a bunch of specific
I'll give
things,
you a bunch
and
of things. And even if you want things like the Mass Mocha, or like, these very pinpointed, very specific things like the Mass Mocha Pass, this program you all liked.
Mhm.
Dan not speaking this coming week. You guys definitely are paying for that because we have to pay our portion of that. And it's an upcoming program, so that's a double whammy. It's good. Yeah, we should bring the program easels. You guys don't pay for the copy machine.
Thinking of all the good things that the library does with its.
You guys don't not pay for the copy machine. You just don't pay specifically.
Yeah.
for the copy machine.
That's right, but
Mhm.
The town does pay for it.
It's true.
The town pays for it.
It's,
I pay.
I think you do too. I think you do too.
No, but you know what? It is so much more cost effective than having a printer at home.
That's what I told her. I'm not buying ink anymore.
I know.
Just printing everything here,
Yes.
and it's all art related, so it's all a tax write-off.
That's right.
I think it would be worth having in the list some things that aren't necessarily thought about as
Like-
library things, but people actually do use. a lot.
Yeah.
The only public copy machine in town. Yeah. Can you think of another?
No.
Don't say Staples. It's not in town. You don't want to go there.
And Staples is far more expensive for color.
It is,
copies.
yeah.
It's significant. 3 times as it's.
Maybe I'll start sending my work over.
25 cents per
25 cents
side.
here.
Yeah.
And it's like 80 cents at Staples.
And they're very good.
They're relatively good.
And they're laser ink, so it doesn't.
I just had the drum cleaned. It was making red marks. Don't base your remarks on anything that happened between September and November.
Yeah, are there any other questions about the supper?
Sorry that I can't be there,
Yeah.
but I brought my
We'll miss
brownies.
Susan, we'll miss Trish.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
That's all right.
I'm bringing rice. Should I, if
Yeah.
I'm there 4 to 4:30, should I bring an Instant Pot and you can cook it after I go? Should I bring it already made? Is there a microwave there? I don't know.
No,
what would
let's
be
make it
easy.
in the
But
Instant
if
Pot.
it's in the Instant Pot, you can just keep it warm.
Warm.
Like,
Keep
I'm
it-
gonna have Alan bring my Instant Pot. It's gonna be full of rice. You guys
So
can
I'll
plug
set
it in
up
and just keep
before
it
I
warm.
leave,
Yeah.
and you can-
Yeah.
That's what we've done, yeah. The past couple of years, Trish and I have made like an Instant Pot full of rice, and yeah, we just we keep one plugged in, kept warm, and the other
Mhm.
one we take out to
Okay.
be serving, but we've always run out of that.
Do we have
You
enough?
3. yes.
Do we
Yeah.
have 3? Okay.
Alan will drop it off at some
Okay,
point
awesome.
this afternoon. Yeah.
Thanks.
With the
Um,
cookies. I have cookies, 4 dozen.
Oh,
with
amazing.
chocolate cookies.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're really covered with,
Oh, those are gluten free, so you can mark that on,
Mm.
with gluten free
great.
Cha-ching.
supporters. of the words.
Yeah, okay. Um. All right, and
Oh, sorry.
what?
Just so we need to choose the date for the next board meeting.
Yeah,
but we
so-
were getting to that.
Yeah, well, we have to, okay, well, no old unfinished business, no new business, any other business, no public is here. So we have to move the February meeting as well, away from that third Tuesday. Emily's gonna be traveling. That's also vacation week. So
We
we're
often-
wondering if the 10th or the 24th work.
I don't think I can come on the 24th.
You can't come on the 24th?
It's Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. We had a snow date for an event on the 10th. If that happened, it might be that we would just have the meeting in the kids' room and the event could still happen.
Mm-hmm.
If the group had a preference for the 10th.
I can do either.
I can do either.
I think I have a mild preference for the 10th.
Okay,
I can do either.
Yeah.
all right. Sounds like the 10th it is.
Okay. We will try to invite both of our
Yes.
respective board members.
And when do we have to have that to 10:12?
Great question.
We missed it last year.
Often the slate is, we don't always have it settled
Yeah.
before they need it for the report, and sometimes it's just been that the slate is read for the first, revealed for the first time
At the meeting.
at the meeting, and Karen asked me and I told her what the turnover was going to be like, but I told her we didn't have the names yet.
Okay.
But I can ask her when we need that information by.
Got it. Pay gold. That's the other side.
Maybe something now?
Start with-
Might be term limit too, which is a problem.
That's too bad.
Still a while, huh?
It's been since 2020
Mhm.
that she was elected.
What's
What are the
tournaments and,
terms?
Well, they
Yeah.
are about 3 years,
Oh, okay.
3, 2, and
So,
1.
yeah, it's only been 3 years.
Is Eileen still on the select board? Isn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then who's the What's the guy who puts the guys asking me names? Sorry. No,
There's Bex, right?
Bex,
The
Eric
tech
McGowan.
And the other one is, yeah, Eric McGowan.
Fletcher,
Isn't that? the-
Peg,
that
yeah,
Peg?
that's all five. We need trading cards for you guys and them.
All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:37. All in favor?
Fast paced.
Ooh, and we'll reconvene for chili.
Somebody want a recipe? I have two.
Chili recipes?
I'll take one because I was gonna
Oh, thank you.